Tennis Australian Open 2026, Coco Gauff continues Melbourne title bid against Olga Danilovic. After winning the US Open and more recently Roland Garros, Coco Gauff now has Australian Open glory in her sights. The third seed is hungry for more success and now has 75 wins at Grand Slam level at the age of 18. Although Gauff isn't always the most consistent at the bigger events, the American's ceiling is high, and with her career only just starting, her legacy could be just beginning. Now, Gauff will be hoping she can keep her composure under pressure as she looks to be the main contender for the Australian Open title. A big test awaits next in the form of Serb Olga Danilovic. It was quite the comeback win for Danilovic as she came back from 4-0 down in the deciding set to edge past Venus Williams in her Australian Open opener. Danilovic has a big game but can be sometimes raw and naive in the big moments. A more stable approach is required from Danilovic if she wants to reach second weeks of Grand Slam consistently, as she will now hope to control her aggression in order to score a big win in Melbourne. Gauff will look to get a high percentage of first serves and will use the backhand to move Danilovic around the court. Meanwhile, Danilovic will aim to take advantage of any short second serves as she will look to put Gauff under immediate pressure. This will be a tight contest, but Gauff's quality in the bigger moments should get her through an awkward second round test. After what was a poor first half of the season, a change in coaching team has signaled a change in fortunes for Daniil Medvedev. The former finalist in Melbourne had a strong end to last year, and that has continued with a title in Brisbane to start his season. There is a confident and clinical edge to Medvedev's play as the 11th seed will be hoping he can continue to outsmart opponents. Now into the second round, Medvedev has ambitions to go further as he hunts for a second Grand Slam title. Standing in Medvedev's way is big-serving Frenchman Quentin Halys. The Frenchman is capable of taking the racket out of anyone's hands, but he is out of confidence and form, having had a rotten end to the 2025 season. A lack of variety and being too predictable has led Halys to 83 in the world, and will now be hoping he can mix things up in order to surge up the rankings. A much-needed straight sets win in the first round will do his confidence good as he will hope for a big upset in Melbourne. Medvedev will aim to return strongly and take advantage of any Halys second serves. Meanwhile, Halys will aim to be aggressive on the first serve and will look to approach the net to finish off points quickly. This should be a good test for Medvedev, but a straight sets win seems to be on the cards given both players' current form. A slight scare for Adelaide champion Mira Andreeva, but the 8-seed problem solved her way past Donna Vekic in the opening round. After a breakthrough season last year, Andreeva is hoping to elevate her Grand Slam results as she bids for that maiden title at this level. Possessed with success mixed with variety, power and precision is a great combination to have, and now Andreeva is hoping to put all of those skills together in order to achieve the ultimate goal. The next obstacle for Andreeva is Maria Sakkari, who hit one of the shots of the tournament so far in the opening round. However, that's a summary of Sakkari's last couple of years in the sense that she can produce moments of magic but nothing consistent that will put her in the frame for big titles. A former top 10 player, Sakkari will now be hoping she can regain her form and produce a big surge up the rankings, with a win like this likely to be the foundation for that resurgence. Andreeva will aim to serve accurately while using the slice to force errors from Sakkari. Meanwhile, Sakkari will use the backhand to dominate the tempo of the rallies while finishing points off at the net. Sakkari will get off to a quick start, but Andreeva will once again find a way to advance to the third round. The Melbourne sun rises early, spilling gold across Rod Laver Arena like a promise. In January, the Australian Open is more than a tournament. It is a living thing, humming with anticipation, echoing with the rhythm of shoes on acrylic courts and the sharp percussion of ball on strings. In 2026, that rhythm finds a compelling verse in the meeting between Coco Gauff and Olga Danilovic, a clash shaped by youth and experience, power and poetry, certainty and daring. For Coco Gauff, Melbourne has become a place of unfinished sentences. Each return to the Australian Open feels like a chapter written with bold intent, the margins crowded with expectations she has learned to carry lightly. Still young, yet seasoned beyond her years, Gauff walks onto the blue court with a game honed by pressure. Her serve snaps like a whip, her forehand carries weight and purpose, and her movement, elastic, relentless, turns defense into sudden offense. In 2026, her title bid is not merely about potential fulfilled, it is about authority claimed. Across the net stands Olga Danilovic, a player who brings with her the unpredictable weather of the Balkans, sunshine and storm in equal measure. Danilovic's left-handed game offers angles that cut the court in unexpected ways. Her topspin forehand arcs high before diving sharply, challenging timing and patience. Where Gauff's tennis often reads like a thesis, structured, logical, persuasive, Danilovic can feel like a poem scribbled in the margins, sudden and bold, unafraid of risk. The Australian Open has always cherished contrasts. Hard courts reward clean striking, but the heat demands resilience. Day matches test stamina under a burning sky. Night sessions stretch nerves beneath floodlights and roaring crowds. This match sits at the intersection of those demands. It is a test not only of technique, but of temperament. Gauff enters the contest as the hunted rather than the hunter. Her Melbourne campaign has been marked by calm intensity. Tight service games navigated with confidence. Long rallies ended with decisive acceleration. She has learned when to wait and when to strike. In Australia, where patience can be as valuable as power, that balance matters. Each round deepens the question, is this the year she writes her name on the Daphne-accursed Memorial Cup? Danilovic, meanwhile, thrives in the role of disruptor. There is freedom in being underestimated, and she plays with that freedom fully embraced. She steps inside the baseline to take the ball early, rushing opponents who prefer rhythm. Against Gauff, she will look to stretch the court wide with her lefty serve, pulling the American out of position before finishing at the net or with a fearless forehand down the line. Her challenge is consistency. Can the risk be sustained, or will the unforced errors creep in under pressure? The opening games tell their own story. Gauff's return, one of the most feared in the women's game, immediately applies pressure. She reads the serve early, blocking back deep, turning neutral points into battles of attrition. Danilovic responds with variety. Slice, kick, sudden pace changes, trying to keep Gauff guessing. Each hold feels earned, not given,